It's me, Amaka. Amaka, come back home. Come back home!
I'm not. You chased me out of the house, remember?
Amaka, so that is why you abandoned me. You should have come back. Where are you?
I'm not telling you where I am.
Amaka, so it's true. It's true, you're with another man.
Can you stop it? Because you chased me out of your house. Did you even care for 1 minute if I was fine, if I was safe?
Amaka, you caused it! You triggered me!
I triggered you. You're really going to say this to me, Buka? You know what? This is just a waste of my time. You're always going to be the victim, so I'm not doing this with you.
Amaka, listen. Wherever you think you are, I am going to find you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl Talk with Presh, and today guys I bring you another new movie. Now the name of this movie is called No Love Lost. Okay, and this movie is starring the amazing Clinton Joshua, Somadina Adinma, Chinenye Nnebe, Treasure Ene, Victoria Esogwai, OBJ Akalam, alongside other amazing actors, actresses, and the entire cast and crew. Okay, so guys, I really like the storyline of this movie because it's one of those movies that you have to like patiently watch to really understand the movie. If you're not patient at the beginning of this movie, you would think it's the usual just lover boy lover girl storyline, but it's not. This movie is deeper than what someone who just watches it as a surface level would see. Okay, so now I'm going to explain this movie not in the way it began, but the main storyline. Then you can understand the entirety of the whole movie. Okay. Now, this movie didn't start in the typical way because, first of all, we saw two people in a relationship who were Somadina and Chinenye. They were in the relationship, and people knew Somadina as Abba Mike Tyson because he was always fighting. Okay, at the smallest provocation, he would flare up and fight. Now, I don't want to go on explaining this story like this. I want you to understand why Somadina was the way he was. Okay. Now, Somadina actually has a younger brother who is Clinton Joshua. Now, they grew up in a very abusive home. Yes, their father was a drunkard. Their father was also very abusive. He would beat them. He would See, their father was just a miserable and frustrated person who poured out his frustration on his children. And Somadina was not strong enough. I would say he was not strong enough to withstand what came with the whole trauma he went through as a child. The trauma he went through as a child made him a very angry person. The trauma made him a very frustrated person. The trauma made him a very miserable person. Now, this is the part where I say parents should be very aware of what they project into their children. You might think that your attitude doesn't affect your child in any way, but it does. These children are smarter than what they see. These children imbibe faster with what they see from you than from what they even see outside. Now, the father was always beating and bullying them and always like a mess, a troublesome mess. And Somadina somehow, even though he went through the trauma of it, and he would not necessarily want anybody to go through that trauma, he somehow imbibed that lifestyle. He became a fighter. He became a very miserable and frustrated person too. On the other hand, his younger brother, who turned out to be Clinton Joshua, decided to get out of the whole mess. He didn't want his life to continue like that. He didn't want to continue being beaten by his father. So they actually plotted. So Madina and Clinton plotted to like run away and just leave their father. But when Clinton saw that his brother Somadina was no different from his father, he decided to just live on his own and like find his own purpose and his own way. And that was very beautiful for him because if he had not, Somadina would have actually pulled him down. Yes. So Clinton went ahead, found his way, and he became big. He had a big company. In short, he was living the life. Now let's go back to the main storyline that was portrayed. Now Somadina, as I said, couldn't run away from all that, and he found himself in school. He would bully people, he would beat people, and now as a grown up, he was finding it difficult to maintain relationships with people around him because at the slightest provocation, he would fight, he would beat people up. Now, he was looking for a job on a particular day. This was after on a day he had a job interview. He left the job interview he was going for and started fighting somebody. Now, on a particular day, he makes his interview and goes for this interview. And lo and behold, who is the person that he ends up being interviewed by? It ends up being somebody that he had bullied in secondary school. He had greatly bullied this person that it scarred that same person that he bullied. And the person, pop and plain, told him, I remember you. You are Ebuka. You beat me up. I was begging you. You beat me up. You packed sand. You put in my mouth. You made me miserable during secondary school. And when it's like, let the ground open up and swallow somebody, that was how Somadina felt. Yes, he felt that. And he continued with this his frustration. Don't forget, Chinenye Nnebe is his girlfriend in the movie. He continued with this his frustration of always fighting people. That he was involved in a fight one time that they almost destroyed him. They almost beat the life out of him, and Chinenye, of course, came to save him. Now, on one of those situations, Chinenye kept on telling him, "Stop fighting. Why are you always fighting? Why are you always like this?" And on that particular occasion, he laid his hands on her. He slapped her. And of course, an argument ensued between both of them, and Somadina threw her out of the house. Now, when Somadina threw her out of the house, Chinenye never went over to one of her friend, who is Zainab. Zainab sells fruits. She went over to Zainab to tell Zainab what happened, and Zainab was like, because Zainab is one of these friends that has always been telling her, leave this Somadina alone, leave this boy alone. This boy is not good news. This boy will never amount to anything. And when she went to complain to Zainab, Zainab found a job for her. Now, this job Zainab found for her was with Clinton Joshua as a house help. But what Chinenye Nnebe did not know was that Clinton Joshua and Somadina were brothers. Now, after a while, she had left. She was working with Clinton Joshua right now. Clinton Joshua, of course, started liking her and all that. And Somadina, in his own side, he had realized that, okay, this girl is not coming back. Oh, I thought she was going to come back. So he was trying all his possible means, to call her. She wasn't picking. He was trying to get her back. Now, he had called her on one of those such situations and he was being a total mess. And she wasn't willing to be included in his mess. And so she ended the call on him. And he somehow traced her to Clinton's house. Now, on getting to Clinton's house, he sees Clinton is shocked to see him. And Clinton is like Somadina, like Ebuka, like his brother. And with the shock of both of them seeing themselves, you would think they would be happy and hug out. But so Madina, because of that attitude that he has, was trying to guilt trip Chinenye into thinking Clinton was a bad person. And Chinenye was like, no, I have stayed with this person. This person is not a bad person. Soma, you are the one with the problem and you need to change and you need to do it for yourself. Now he decides to turn on a new leaf, and he goes to Clinton and tells Clinton, okay, he wants to be a boat driver, and he starts to work on himself, which is a beautiful thing in the movie because I always say it's not really about your past, it's what you do with your present and your future. I love the fact that he decided to work on himself, he decided to change, he decided to be more hardworking. Okay, and it worked out for him because at the end of the day, he got his act together and he won his girl back. And the beautiful thing to say was, okay, most of you will say, okay, I thought Clinton was in love with Chinenye. Yes, he likes Chinenye, but at the same time, he knew Chinenye was in love with Somadina. So he was willing to let Chinenye go. And in turn, he had a manager that he was working with. Her name is Laura. And Laura secretly liked him, but of course he wasn't seeing it. And later he finally saw that Laura liked him, and both of them decided to move forward with their relationship. I really love this movie because this movie is filled with so much lessons. Yes, if you take your time to watch this movie, you will realize the lessons. Number one lesson I actually learned is do not let another person's trauma become yours. Soma allowed the trauma from his parents, from his father in quotes, to integrate into his own life, and it almost ruined him. Okay. Another thing is your past will always find a way to haunt you. Okay. Yes, but it now depends on how you take it. Soma bullied people, and that bullying found itself in the front. And one thing I would always say is at that point, Soma saw that guy he bullied. If he had apologized, I think things would have gone a little differently. But instead, he was trying to gaslight who he bullied. Okay, and that's a no. Okay, now, another lesson is learn to seek help. If you find yourself that you're in such a trauma situation, learn to seek help and know that you have your life to live, and you should not live based on the trauma that somebody else has put you through. Just be a happy person. Now, guys, that's the end of the review. This is where I say please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscription is totally and will always be free. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.